Yesterday I made a video talking about SEGA and them potentially coming back in a big way in 2017. And two of the main focal points were that they've rebranded their corporate identity to now be known as Amazing SEGA, which, amazing. You know, if you're Amazing SEGA, I expect amazing things out of you. And the other thing was something called SEGA Forever. Now this was shrouded in a bit of more mystery, because aside from a verified Twitter account that has no posts and a Reddit page which is now locked under SEGA's control, there wasn't much information about SEGA Forever. So I received a tweet today from someone who said, "Hey dude, I think I know what SEGA Forever is." And I was like, okay, whatever. So he wanted to message me. I let him message me, and then all the information came in, and he had a lot of stuff. So I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that this is 100% confirmed, but I'm saying it's 99.9, because once I tell you guys what this is, once I show you guys the proof, I think you're gonna see what SEGA Forever is all about. So what is SEGA Forever? Was I right? Was it one of the things I guessed that it would be? Let's find out. So as far as I know, nobody is talking about this. I literally just got home from work, threw on a non-collared shirt, and turned on the video camera. Now, a Twitter user called Bear Kitty, that is B-A-R-K-I-D-D-Y, I did say I would give him a shout out. Thank you so much for giving me this information, dude. Hit me up and said he knew what this was all about. He said Comic Zone had just released for the iOS in the Philippines, and I was like, okay, great, you know, whatever. But it all correlates together. So he went ahead and picked up Comic Zone on the iOS in the Philippine iOS section. I guess he has a jailbroke phone or something like that. I don't know, I'm not big on cell phones. And when he got it, he noticed some interesting things. So I'm gonna put up some pictures right now. So the first picture is from the main menu screen of Comic Zone. You can see that there's a settings, a high score, ad-free, SEGA Zine, and a start button. Now the SEGA Zine is actually very interesting because that to me sort of shows that there's going to be some sort of thing with SEGA Forever, and the SEGA Zine will be sort of a part of that, like maybe a weekly newsletter from SEGA. Now it's not a huge deal. How does it tie into SEGA Forever, you might be saying? Well, here's the second picture I want to show you guys. So this is when he was accessing the game to play it. They asked if he wanted to subscribe to the SEGA Forever newsletter. SEGA Forever. Yes, SEGA Forever. So subscribe to the SEGA Forever newsletter. By subscribing, I accept SEGA's privacy policy and agree to receive newsletters relating to SEGA Forever and other SEGA communications. So there is SEGA themselves utilizing that term, SEGA Forever, in their own marketing materials. Now, the final picture is, of course, the most important picture and probably the biggest piece of evidence that there is for this. So when you go to load up Comic Zone, you get this image. The game has two options. You can upgrade anytime from the main menu. And you have ad supported and cloud save only, play now, internet required, or ad free and supports cloud and local save, SEGA Forever. Buy. Says it right there. SEGA games may be featured on launch. He said right now, that is the only game that is supported with this. There is another section where you can have more games. You can check out more games. That button does not work currently. So, bam! There's SEGA Forever. So what is SEGA Forever? Let's take all the evidence and look at it and possibly figure out some other things about what it is. It is obviously going to be some sort of subscription service, either through mobile devices or possibly extended, and I'll get into the possibly extended in a second. That's basically going to give you a library of SEGA games. You'll be able to play them ad-free on your mobile device if you choose to. There will also be a newsletter and a e-zine probably about what it is. Now, another interesting tidbit is that the way he got information on this was by setting up a, by doing a survey on a SEGA survey that they were sent to him. So in the survey, I basically asked him, you know, what games were on the survey? I need to know platforms. He said the only platform that wasn't on there was Dreamcast. He said that there was Virtua Cop and Panzer Dragoon, along with games like Sonic, you know, all the regular games. So right then and there, that tells me those two games only came out, obviously, for the Sega Saturn. So there's going to be Sega Saturn support with this. There's going to be Sega Genesis, Master System, Game Gear, more than likely. Now, what does this all mean? What does this mean for gamers? The cloud save feature kind of leads me to believe that this will be across multiple devices and you'll be able to access your cloud save on a variety of devices, whether that's just mobile and PC or mobile and home consoles, which is what I'm really hoping for, remains to be seen. But I think that's really cool if that's what Sega Forever is, and that really appears to be what it is. A all-encompassing sort of Sega subscription service. He said on the survey it had pretty much every Sega game ever listed, and it just asked him what games he has played before. So if they have this all-encompassing subscription service where you could play all of these Sega games, I think that's really cool, especially if it's across a multitude of devices. Imagine starting a game at home on your computer, or starting a game at home on your PS4 or Nintendo Switch, and then playing it on your mobile device. Or if you have a Nintendo Switch, you can just bring it with you. But you see what I'm getting at here. So Sega Forever, this is what it is. This is what it appears to be. I'm not saying it's 100%, but I'm saying it's 99.9. I would like to thank Bear Kitty, BARKIDDY, for hooking me up with this information and the pictures and everything. Dude, I'm totally in your debt for this. And this is an exclusive as far as I know. I don't know if anyone else is talking about it, but if you see people talking about it after the fact, make sure you tell them RGT85 talked about it first. Let me know what you think about this, what you think about Sega Forever in the comment section down below, and let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and I will check you guys next time. Later.
RGT 85, RGT 85. RGT 85, RGT 85.